Hey lovelies, I'm going to launch straight in with sun salutations. Today this is our strong practice, so let's get to it. If you feel like you would like just a bit more of a warm up, some cat-cow maybe, or some wrist warm-ups, or whatever you feel like you need, perhaps now is a good time to just pause and then join us again when you feel ready. And as always, it's all optional, there's nothing compulsory that I'm talking about today. And if something isn't right, if you're not sure, if you want to stop and ask me a question, please do. Make sure that you are safe and comfortable in your practice. Thanks. Okay then, so coming straight up to Samasthiti at the front of the mat, just seeing how it feels to stand today. And we'll go with our Surya Namaskar A. So inhaling, floating the hands up towards the ceiling, exhaling, fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, back to plank, lower down, chaturanga, forwards into upward facing, back into downward facing. It's our first down dog. If you haven't warmed up and you want to pedal out the legs, you can. Otherwise, we'll just rest here in stillness, tuning into the body. That's 4 breaths. That's 5 breaths. Then looking to the front of the mat, coming forward to your halfway lift on an inhale, exhaling to fold. Inhale, reach for the ceiling, and exhale, release straight into the second one. Inhaling, float the hands up, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, back and down. Inhale, upward facing, exhale, down facing. Looking to the front of the mat, jumping in if you can. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And exhale, release. And again, inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And back to plank and release. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. That's 3. And 4. And 5. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And release. Surya Namaskar B. So inhaling into chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left toes out 45 degrees. Step right foot forward. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right toes out, step left foot forward. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, 5 breaths in downward facing. That's 2. That's 3. 4. And 5. And inhaling. Forwards, exhale, fold, bend the knees, sit low, inhale, Utkatasana, exhale to standing. And again, inhale, sit low, reach, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, back and down, inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing, left toes out, step right foot forward, inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower down. Inhale. facing. Exhale, downward facing, stepping left foot forward this time. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale to downward. 5 breaths here. That's 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, reach forwards and up into chair. Exhale, standing. 1 more of these. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank and down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Step right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Stepping left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plank and chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, 5 breaths in, downward facing. For 3, for 4, and 5. Inhale, forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastiti. And then this time we're going to come into Utkatasana, so sitting low, reaching the hands down, and really working the belly muscles, so drawing in the abdomen. I'm going to see if we can come all the way down, landing the sit points, keeping the heart space lifting and open, and coming to boat pose. So straightening the legs, keep lifting through the chest, reach and smile. 1 more breath, and then hug into a little ball. Lift the hips if you can. So without putting the feet down, let's hug onto the legs, and again lifting the heart space, pulling shoulder blades down, coming into boat pose. So it looks like my feet are really high. They're actually the same sort of height as my eyes. So going for that sort of level. Keep breathing, keep smiling. 1 more breath. And then hug in, lift. And once again, let's see if we can keep the chest lifting, finding boat pose. That's 3, and 4, and 5. Relax this time. Great. And then from here, we're going to come into our shoulder stand sequence. I think I'm actually going to turn around. It's really important to keep the pressure off your neck. So you can place a cushion underneath your shoulder blades if that feels like a nice way to just support the body. If you're unfamiliar with the pose and you'd like some more pointers, please just pause the video and ask. I'm working on the knowledge that it's not a brand new pose for you. I think most of you will have done this before with me. So if it's not familiar or you haven't done it for a long time and you need some pointers, just ask. It's all good. Okay, so hopefully you're not in the pose, having been there for hours. Using those belly muscles that we just found in our boat pose, keeping the elbows in towards the midline, we'll come up with control into that shoulder stand shape. Keeping the legs working, keeping the abs working. And then from here, we can bring the legs down with control. If the feet touch the floor in Halasana, we can take the hands off the back and interlace the fingers. And then if you want to, we can bend the knees, taking them around the outside of the ears, if that works for you. And then placing the hands on the lower back once again if they've gone elsewhere. Or you can come back into shoulder stand and have some time to play around with leg versions. Baddha Konasana legs is nice in shoulder stand, or if you can get yourself into a lotus position comfortably, that is quite a nice thing to do as well. And if you're in your lotus, you can take hands onto the knees and have a little balance if that works for you. Not feeling super balanced today actually, so I'm going to go hands on my back once again. Breath or two more, and then we can release the legs up to the ceiling once again, and then carefully coming out of our shoulder stand, carefully rolling up through that boat pose position all the way up to standing. Just taking a moment to reset, rebalance once we are up in that standing position, noticing what's going on. And then coming to the front of the mat, we're going to take another flow through a sun salutation. So inhaling to float up, exhaling to fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, back and down, inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing. And this time we're going to see if we can jump the hands around the outsides of the feet and come into Malasana, a low squat. So lifting the heart space, using the hands to put a little pressure on the legs and squeezing back, reciprocating with the legs. Is finding a good place to be. If you have a crow pose in your practice, feel free to take it now. This might be a really good time to have a little play around. My balance on filming is terrible. I was debating whether to have a go. I'll have a go. Again, if you're unfamiliar, feel free to play around if you like, but if you don't really fancy it, then don't worry too much. You can stay in your squat. And then you can jump back to Chaturanga if you want to. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And this time we'll jump through, so coming through to sitting. Straightening out the legs. Bringing the right leg in and out, ready for Janu. Janu A, so belly button facing your extended leg. Inhale, reach the hands up. Keep the legs working and the abs working. Exhale to fold. One more breath. And then gently come on up. So, there's three options. You could take the same position again, so keeping the legs exactly the same, that's option one. Option two would be to take the hands just behind and find a little bit of a back bend. It's a different opening through the hips in this position. Option three would be to bring that right leg across into lotus. Watch this knee, this right knee, making sure it's happy. Watch the ankle, watch everything. Make sure it's all comfortable. And then you can maybe take the right hand around behind and find the right foot, and the left hand onto the left foot. Try not to twist. So inhaling, opening up through the front of the body, and then on an exhale you can fold over the leg. So we want both sit points to feel grounded and the body to kind of be going down the midline of the mat. And then gently coming back up to neutral. Great. You can stay here and we'll come back and do the other side, or we can flow through a vinyasa if that works for you. Up to you. So jumping through from your down dog to take the other side. So right leg out straight this time, left leg in and out. Reach the hands up, exhale, fold. So Janu to start with, Janu A. You can really press the left foot into that right thigh. And then coming back up to neutral. So 3 options again, fold exactly the same, hands behind, take the back bend if you prefer, or left leg across into half lotus, left hand around to find the bind, right hand to right foot. Inhale, lift and lengthen, exhale, fold over the centre of the mat. Keep that right leg active and working. Coming all the way back up. So we'll all take a vinyasa this time. You can adapt it as you need to. So crossing the legs, planting the hands, inhale up, exhale back to plank, lower down, inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing. We're going to jump the feet to the outsides of the hands once again. And this time, sit the hips down and lengthen out the legs to the side. So finding to begin with just an upright and uplift through the torso, an upright position. I was going to say stance, but you know what I mean, an upright position. Feet active. So sit nice and tall. And then thinking about hinging from the hips, maybe grab the big toes, maybe not. And if you do, then inhale, lift the heart space, so lengthen, 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 and then exhale, coming fully into the fold, keeping the legs active, so feet pushing into hands and hands again reciprocating, and just finding your fold today. So loads of energy in the legs and just keeping the heart space open, the shoulders working back and down. And then just sitting up, releasing the feet, but keeping that energy in the legs. So strong core that we found in our boat pose, and then floating feet to your balance. That went shocking badly. And then finding that balance point. It's the same position, but the weight up on your sit points, legs working hard, so really pushing those feet away once again. And again, use the pressure of the legs to open the heart space. Keep breathing. Keep lifting. One more breath. And then drawing the legs in, crossing them. Let's take a vinyasa. Jump or step back to plank. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And then from here, we're going to jump the feet to the outside once again. Bring the sit points down. And we're going to grab hold of, no, we're not, we're going to straighten out the legs, I lied. We're going to lay down. Then we're going to bring the legs up and over, and as we do, we're going to catch the feet, and we're in a shoulder stand again, but with the Upavishta Konasana legs, so the wide leg position that we just found. So again, keeping the pressure off your neck. It's the same foundation as we had before in our shoulder stand. And then with care, rolling back, if you can, to that balance point. You can bend the legs if you want to cheat, that's what I always do. And then see, can you let go of the feet but keep them there, keep lifting the heart space, One more breath, and then cross them in. It's vinyasa time. Let me just check on the time. Okay. Just a couple of breaths in down dog this time, so for clearing, check-in place to be. And then coming through to sitting once again. Just turn to the side. Again, you might want a cushion or a block or something under the hips. We're going to straighten off the left leg. Bring the right one in, but this time the knee is going to kind of point down towards the front of the mat, and the foot is going to tuck around the outside. So I'm not sitting on that foot, it's around the outside. Both sit points equally grounded. So if you're unbalanced through your pelvis, then definitely sit on some height. Get yourself so that you are nice and square. Lift the heart space. Exhale, reach for the foot. If you might not be able to reach the foot, that's fine. Inhale again, lift the heart space. Exhale, fold. Check both sit points are still grounded. We haven't rocked off to the left, so that right hip is still touching down. Coming back up, vinyasa if you like, or stay here and we'll catch you up ready for the other side. Great, so this time right leg out straight, left leg tucks around, take your time. And again, it might be really different on this side of the body, so if you need something different to support you, then go for it. Inhale, sit tall, exhale, reach. Inhale again, lengthen the heart space, then exhale, fold. Great, and coming back up, let's all take a vinyasa. When we get to upward facing dog, let's just pause for a couple of breaths and allow the front of the body to open. So exhaling to go back and down, inhale upward facing. Stay here, find your up dog. Pull the heart space forwards, allow the front of the body to open. I'm really tired today. Ow! One more breath and then we'll find downward facing dog. Great, then drop the knees, take them hip distance apart. This time we're going to see if we can maybe bring both feet tucked back into that position. If this is not for you in any way, that's absolutely fine. Come onto your back and take a bridge pose. I'm sure you all know that one. As usual, if you don't, just pause and drop me a message. If you're quite happy here, that's great. We want to really protect the lower back in this next one. So we're thinking about opening the front of the body, but not at the expense of the back body. So taking the hands down somewhere behind you, you can hold the feet, you can bring them down onto the mat. Keep lengthening the tailbone down away from the head and keep the knees down, so don't let them fly off. And just see where do you feel like you can get a good stretch, which is also safe in your body today. Again, if you have that cushion, you could lay on it here for a couple of breaths, that would be fine. Ooh, I'm not sure how far I'm going today. Sometimes it's possible to go down to the floor. Sometimes, yeah, it's really not. So just wherever you need to be, finding that useful stretch. As always, if it's not feeling safe or comfortable, then possibly just back away a little bit. Couple more breaths. And then gently bring yourself back up. Okay, so legs out in front again, straighten off the left one, bring the right one in, ready for Marichyasana C. So sitting tall, reaching that left hand up, and we're going to take a twist. So right hand comes down behind or round behind your waistline. Left hand can stay here. You can find a mudra, or you can take the bind if you are feeling that is going to be constructive for you today. Either way, try and keep hips over shoulders. No, shoulders over hips, and try and keep your left leg active. gently untwist. We'll just go straight to the other side, so straighten off the right one. Bring the left one in, sit tall, reach right hand up. Find your twist, so hands, same option as before. Wherever you need them to be, that's an option. Or finding your bind. Oof, tight. Stay within your comfort zone today. And same things, keep the legs working. And gently untwist. Hug both knees in, making yourself into a little ball. And we can have one last little play with a bit of an arm balance. So you can just keep your legs pulled in close, or if you have lotus in your practice, it might be a good time to do it. We've done quite a lot of hip opening. So just finding a nice upright place to be to begin with, planting the hands strongly on the mat and using your belly muscles to just help lift everything off. Lift and hold. That's 3 breaths, 4 breaths, and 5. Release. Great, let's just take a little bit of stillness here today. So again, an easy cross-legged or your lotus hands. This is a nice mudra to take, but you can just rest them on the knees if you prefer. Shut down your eyes. Notice the effects of the practice on your body. What's your body telling you? And really fine tune into all the nuances in your breath. Noticing every part of the journey of your breath. Great. And releasing. Lovely. So just getting yourself ready for Shavasana. If there's something else you just need to do in your practice, then feel free. Otherwise, bringing yourself down to the most comfortable position that you can, taking as full and as beautiful and as relaxing as Shavasana as you can. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me today.